Gutok siyong manamungelanan, ano mo karalapang kantebo, takam ngitong subaka sa dintong tanan, ngingata po takman siwa, Bulok rait jodran si balole, buah de malalu poy tungur. Asitura sakaduran tane katatawa banaunya mengumur ya.
Good day, everyone. What a wonderful and grounding way to begin the 2025 Equator Prize Award ceremony. That powerful blessing was performed by Dodi Andreas, a Balian Bao or ritual leader of the Dayak indigenous peoples. Through those ancient verses delivered in the Dayak, Manyan, and Layagan languages, he offered us a profound reminder of the moral teachings passed down by ancestors, that we are inseparable from the forest. In the Dayak worldview, our existence is intertwined with nature, like the wood, the roots, and the rattan. His chant is a call for us to protect these ecosystems so that all life remains in balance. I am Maggie Bukoa, and it is my absolute joy to host today's celebration. I still remember sitting right where you are just a year ago when my community and I were about to receive this very award. It was one of the most inspiring moments of my life, and to be back here now, celebrating even more amazing communities, fills me with gratitude and hope. We are here to recognize the exceptional work of indigenous peoples and local communities from around the world. These incredible change makers are leading the way in nature-based solutions, protecting ecosystems, supporting livelihood, and addressing the climate crisis with ingenuity, resilience, and courage. From the lush forests to the vibrant wetlands, from the farmlands to the deep blue oceans, these winners are proving that when we care for nature, nature cares for us. Their stories remind us that nature is not just a backdrop of our lives, it is a partner, a teacher, and a guide towards a more sustainable future. This year, we recognize winners across 3 thematic categories. Firstly, nature for a just transition. These are initiatives that create equitable, sustainable livelihoods while protecting ecosystems. Nature for climate adaptation and mitigation. These are communities helping nature adapt to climate change. Thirdly, nature for climate mitigation. These are communities reducing emissions and safeguarding carbon-rich ecosystems. Each story is an inspiration showing us that climate action rooted in community knowledge and practice is powerful, effective, and transformative. Our first category, Nature for a Just Transition, celebrates initiatives that create fair and resilient livelihoods while protecting ecosystems. These communities show us that social equity and environmental stewardship are 2 sides of the same coin, and that lasting change comes from inclusive, locally driven solutions. To help introduce these remarkable winners, we are delighted to welcome Helena Guliga, an environmental and human rights activist from the Kucha Saraku community in the Ecuadorian Amazon. She is a powerful voice of the living forest philosophy and a tireless advocate for climate justice and the protection of indigenous territories.
Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and tireless advocates for our planet. Like so many of the indigenous peoples and local communities we celebrate today, I grew up amongst peoples who have devoted their lives to protecting our home. For generations, indigenous peoples and local communities have been neglected and marginalized within their own countries. That is why it brings me such pride to see initiatives like the Equator Prize, initiatives that honor and elevate the extraordinary achievements of those at the front lines of climate action. Coming from the Kichwapu of Sarayaku in the Ecuadorian Amazon, my journey has been defined by the resistance against the fossil fuel industry and the fight to keep oil in the ground. For my community, nature for climate action is not an abstract concept. It is our lived reality known as Kausaksacha, or the living forest. We believe that true climate action requires recognizing that the forest is alive and that we're part of it, not separate from it. It is deeply gratifying to see these values embodied in this year's Equator Prize winners, particularly in the Nature for a Just Transition category. In a world where indigenous territories are under constant threat from illegal economies, these winners show us the transformative power of green, community-led economies. Their initiatives prove that environmental action can also mean social justice, managing and regenerating nature in ways that are fair and sustainable for all. The stories we celebrate today are not just stories of environmental stewardship. They're stories of resilience, hope, and the enduring strength of community. From the women artisans of the Gran Chaco in Argentina, weaving sustainable futures, to the indigenous communities in Oiapoque in Brazil reclaiming sovereignty over their bioeconomy, from the women defenders here in the Ecuadorian Amazon creating alternative economies to extraction, to the people of Tanah Papua in Indonesia protecting the rainforest through community enterprise. To all the winners, your vision and perseverance inspire us. You remind us that when nature is placed at the center of human action, we're not only protecting ecosystems, we're building a future where humanity and nature thrive together. As we honor your remarkable work, let us recommit ourselves to amplifying indigenous and local solutions, to supporting them, scaling them, and weaving them into global response to climate change. Only then will climate justice become a lived reality for all. Thank you.
A gente tem que ter bastante cuidado com essas madeiras para proteger, porque a gente não pode estar derrubando algumas árvores importantes. As 7 famílias que estão aqui estão sendo beneficiadas pela UACEI, através do manejo. Nós lucramos bastante perante a safra e esse açaí foi uma coisa tão importante. Foi um produto que todo mundo hoje aqui na comunidade de Zacarias cuidou do manejo para fortalecer o seu dia a dia.
Na nossa associação temos a diretoria e nessa diretoria também é completa por jovens que saíram de suas comunidades para estudar e estão trabalhando também na associação, desde a diretoria até na batedeira. Isso é muito importante porque através da associação tivemos iniciativa de poder sair, trabalhar, conhecer mais um pouco, se especializar, ter conhecimento para levar mais em frente a associação.
Eu posso mostrar como ela está desenvolvendo o trabalho na parte de recurso, como a gente vai gastar o recurso. É um objetivo muito importante para associados, para eles verem que realmente a UACEI está fazendo o seu trabalho voltado aos povos indígenas, para eles ver como ela está sendo administrado o recurso da própria associação.
através da UACEI, a gente está tendo muito reconhecimento no trabalho de valorização das mulheres.
Para mim foi um sucesso, né? A gente trabalhar lá dentro do Cordel do Indústria para a gente ter aqui na nossa comunidade. Foi uma luta muito grande, mas a gente conseguimos, né?
Hoje, né, nós estamos vendo que o manejo veio valorizar muito as comunidades. Então, eu quero colocar muito isso aqui dentro da nossa associação para que a gente segue com nossos manejos, cuide do nosso manejo, para proteger também o meio ambiente. Eu quero deixar esse legado para todos nós que somos da Associação ACEI, tomar cuidado, tomar providência dos nossos manejos para valorizar a nossa associação e valorizar também o nosso pessoal que estão cuidando da nossa associação, para nós ter mais futuro, né? Porque nós temos futuramente, os nossos filhos podem pegar esses trabalhos nossos e seguir em frente com manejo, com cuidado.
Congratulations to Associé Wazé Post-Divorce Indigenous de OPE. Since 2021, this initiative has transformed our Kai community in the OPEC region, ensuring fair trade, biodiversity protection, and the preservation of indigenous culture. Wazé's work demonstrates how sustainable economic development can go hand in hand with cultural and environmental stewardship. Wazé, how do you connect sustainable economic development with protecting your culture and the natural environment?
Nossa história começou com uma visão compartilhada entre os 4 povos indígenas do Oiapoque, Caripuna, Tamimarô, Ngalibi-Caninã e Paricó-Caienê, de retomar o controle sobre o nosso recurso natural mais importante, o açaizeiro. Por gerações, nossas famílias colheram esse fruto com cuidado, utilizando o conhecimento tradicional para manter saudáveis as florestas e ecossistemas alagados. No entanto, éramos obrigados a vender para atravessadores a preços injustos, sem poder decidir sobre a nossa própria economia. A UACEI nasceu para mudar isso, unindo 259 membros em 22 aldeias. Criamos um sistema em que o açaí é manejado com impacto mínimo, vendido diretamente a preços justos, definidos em nossas assembleias e processado na primeira agroindústria indígena do Amapá. Cada etapa da colheita e liofilização está em nossas mãos. Isso não apenas garante renda para mais de 10 mil pessoas, mas também fortalece nossas línguas, nossas tradições artesanais e nossa conexão com a terra. Para nós, a economia, cultura e meio ambiente são uma coisa só. Proteger a floresta é proteger as histórias, os cantos e os saberes transmitidos por nossos anciões. Manejar o açaí de forma sustentável preserva a biodiversidade de nossos territórios, protege o armazenamento de carbono, garante a segurança alimentar das nossas comunidades e empodera mulheres e jovens para liderar na agroindústria e na tomada de decisões. Assegura que o nosso futuro será construído com igualdade e força. Receber o Prêmio Equatorial do PNUD é uma honra que pertence a todo o nosso povo. Ele mostra ao mundo que soluções lideradas por indígenas não apenas são possíveis, elas estão prosperando. Esse reconhecimento fortalece nossa voz enquanto seguimos defendendo nossos territórios, compartilhando nosso modelo com outras comunidades e provando que a Amazônia pode ser protegida e próspera quando está nas mãos de quem a chama de lar. Dedicamos esse reconhecimento aos nossos anciões, que nos ensinaram a resiliência, às mulheres que lideraram com sabedoria e aos jovens que carregam nossos sonhos adiante. Em nome dos povos indígenas do Oiapoque, obrigado por caminhar conosco nessa jornada.
¿De qué sirve tener agua y que no vale nada, de todo contaminado? Porque agua es nuestra vida, la selva que tenemos da nuestras energías. Nosotros aquí en la comunidad tenemos plantas medicinales, también De aquí mismo nosotros cogemos las semillas para realizar las artesanías. Con eso nosotros estamos sacando diseños de aquí mismo, de nuestra zona. Por eso no queremos que dañen entrando la minería acá.
La lucha contra la expansión de la minería ilegal en la Amazonía y el empoderamiento de las mujeres son inseparables, porque si las comunidades, sobre todo las mujeres, no son empoderadas, muchas veces las industrias extractivas ingresan a nuestros territorios.
Necesitamos el agua, porque nuestros niños se van a bañar todos los días. De ahí mismo pescamos para alimentar la familia. Si nosotros ingresamos a la minería, o sea, totalmente no podemos estar bien. Nuestros hijos van a sufrir, nosotros también vamos a sufrir.
La Fundación Jaco Amazonía nace con el propósito de la defensa de nuestro territorio y el poder crear alternativas económicas necesarias para poder enfrentar este tipo de amenazas en nuestro territorio. A través de nuestro proyecto, las familias, sobre todo las mujeres, pueden generar estos ingresos económicos y quedarse a vivir dentro de la comunidad. Muchas veces, a falta de la generación de estos ingresos económicos, se ven desplazadas hacia las ciudades y nuestros territorios se quedan abandonados.
Para mí es muy importante estar aquí en la comunidad, más como joven y como mamá, porque migrar de aquí de mi comunidad a otra ciudad es abandonar mi comunidad, abandonar mi familia.
Nosotros como pueblos indígenas trabajamos mucho en las soluciones basadas en la naturaleza.
Me siento muy feliz de llevar las artesanías a un espacio grande o a espacios donde hay personas que les encanta o les interesa. En las artesanías llevamos nuestra cultura, estamos rescatando nuestras tradiciones que dejaron nuestros abuelos. Es demostrar que las mujeres o las jóvenes sí podemos salir adelante a través de artesanías, a través de inspiraciones que nosotros hacemos.
Las familias, las mujeres se pueden quedar dentro del territorio y proteger nuestros territorios ante las amenazas de las industrias extractivas que tenemos aquí.
Mi sueño con Jaco sería que Jaco nos siga apoyando, donde nosotras las mujeres sigamos creciendo, sigamos realizando artesanías, realizando bordados y brillando.
Congratulations to Fundación Jaco Amazonia. This organization empowers indigenous women as entrepreneurs while defending ancestral land against environmental threats such as mining. Their approach demonstrates that climate justice, gender equity, and land protection are deeply interconnected. Fundación Jaco Amazonia, how do these goals come together in your work, and what does receiving the Equator Prize mean for your community's fight for climate justice?
Para la Fundación Jaco Amazonía es imprescindible el empoderamiento de las mujeres indígenas de la Amazonía y la protección de nuestros territorios, ya que van ligados el uno del otro de la mano. Sin bosques y territorios vivos no va a haber un futuro para la Amazonía, y sin las mujeres liderando la lucha y la resistencia no va a haber una protección de nuestros territorios. A través de Jaco Amazon Design hemos construido un emprendimiento verde que genera ingreso económico para nuestras familias y honra nuestras tradiciones, y genera un respeto hacia la naturaleza sin generar presiones de las actividades extractivas en nuestros territorios. Cada bolso, cada tejido, cada prenda que realizamos en nuestra comunidad lleva nuestra historia, nuestra tradición y sobre todo el compromiso por defender y proteger nuestros territorios. El premio Equator Prize de PNUD no solo es un reconocimiento, sino es la confirmación de que la justicia climática tiene que empezar con las soluciones que provienen desde los pueblos indígenas, especialmente del trabajo que lideran las mujeres en la Amazonía. Cuando tenemos las herramientas, los recursos y los espacios para liderar, nosotros creamos las soluciones y podemos luchar por nuestros derechos y por los derechos de la naturaleza. Nosotros quisiéramos dedicar este premio a las mujeres de nuestra comunidad que están en la primera línea de la defensa de nuestros territorios y a todas las comunidades indígenas que también están en la primera línea de la defensa. Para nosotros es un honor poder representar a la Amazonía del Ecuador como uno de los proyectos que han sido escogidos alrededor del mundo y enseñar cómo desde los pueblos indígenas se pueden crear soluciones sistémicas a corto plazo y a largo plazo. Este premio no es solo para nosotros, sino es dedicado a las futuras generaciones que van a tener que también defender el agua, su territorio y la conexión que se tiene con la naturaleza. Muchas gracias.
Antes éramos más de la casa, no salíamos, no viajábamos, que la mujer está para criar a los hijos, cuidar a la familia, pero ahora hay un empoderamiento de todas las artesanas. Nuestra artesanía es ancestral, que fueron pasando de generación a generación.
Nosotros aprendimos de nuestros abuelos, es parte de nuestra cultura que no debemos perder, porque no es solamente una pieza. A través de nuestras artesanías, que otras personas nos puedan conocer lo que hacemos nosotros, que nosotros existimos también.
Yo cuando era niña, me gustaba hacer todo mi trabajo, ir al monte, pero como que algo me faltó. Yo era una mujer tímida, como que me sentía mal, pero ahí me tenía que levantar para que las mujeres pueden trabajar y pueden vender y pueden salir en su casa y pueden manejar su plata, puede hablar, puede hacer un montón de cosas.
Hoy en día somos 2.600 mujeres artesanas en 3 provincias, en Salta, Formosa, Chaco, que de las diferentes etnias tenemos nuestros propios productos para comercializar.
Comar es nuestra herramienta que nos da este camino para seguir adelante, para poder llegar a otros lugares mostrando nuestros productos.
Para mí es muy importante una organización que me enseñó muchísimas cosas, cómo poder comercializar, cómo podemos llevar adelante una organización. Me permite estar con otras mujeres que tienen la misma visión que nosotros tenemos de otras etnias.
Y también cambió la calidad de nuestros productos.
El cambio que veo desde Comar hacia las mujeres es mucho, digamos, en distintos ámbitos de la vida.
10 años atrás no teníamos voz y hoy somos las que lideramos, las que ordenamos un poco todos los trabajos que hacer. Y ese es el valor que hoy en día nosotros damos, que podemos alzar nuestras voces como mujeres.
Con ese apoyo como que me levanté y bueno, ahí me tenía que hacer todo lo que yo quería, lo que era mi sueño.
Y yo siempre le digo a las mujeres que gracias a la artesanía hoy somos visibles a través de nuestros trabajos.
Para mí Comar es mi segunda familia, digamos.
De la mejor manera que nosotros podemos hacer es siempre trabajar en conjunto, ir en conjunto.
Nos unimos y nos queremos como hermanas. Eso es lo más importante para nosotros.
Congratulations to Coma. Coma empowers women through the revival of ancestral craftsmanship using sustainable materials from local territories. Their work strengthens livelihood, preserves tradition, and demonstrates how culture and sustainability can go hand in hand. Coma, what message would you like to give about the role of indigenous women in your community?
Quiero agradecer hoy en este día muy especial por el reconocimiento del premio hacia nuestra cooperativa Comac, que estamos conformados a través de 2.600 mujeres indígenas en el país de Argentina, de las 3 provincias, Salta, Formosa y Chaco, por el reconocimiento que venimos trabajando de muchísimos años, y este es un logro muy importante para mí, siendo parte de esta organización de la cooperativa Kumar, que me reconozcan hoy en día, que reconozcan a muchas mujeres indígenas por el valor que están dando hacia nuestro trabajo el día a día dentro de los territorios. Y eso es lo que estoy muy orgullosa yo, como siempre digo que soy vocera de ellos, pero también aprendo, porque también mi responsabilidad es acompañar a las mujeres gracias a mi organización. Y en nombre de todas las mujeres Tilagá que formamos parte, estamos muy, muy contentas.
Bueno, estamos muy agradecidas de poder ganar este premio. También es para nosotros es importante porque sabemos que ganamos esto por nuestro trabajo, lo que siempre hacemos, y bueno, también lo agradezco a todos los que nos apoyaron y viendo para que para nosotros es muy bueno ganar un premio, y uno hay veces no piensa de que iba a ganar algo así, pero bueno, le agradezco mucho todo lo que nos dieron este premio.
De mi parte, quería agradecer, como Comar, quería agradecer por este premio que nos coincidieron por tantos años de trabajo y dedico a las mujeres, porque ya vine comentando a las mujeres que ganamos un premio ecuatorial, pero no es para mí, sino para las mujeres. Así que de mi parte, muy agradecida por tener el gran honor de ser elegida como institución, digamos, de Comar. Gracias, muchas gracias. Desde lo más profundo de mi corazón estoy muy agradecida, porque no es para mí, sino para la mujer.
Itu inspirasinya justru datang dari masyarakat adat sendiri, khususnya suku Namblong ya. Masyarakat adat mendirikan badan usaha milik mereka sendiri, badan usaha milik masyarakat adat, untuk menjaga dan mengelola wilayah adat mereka. Dan saya, teman-teman yang bukan dari sana, datang bekerja melayani mereka, membantu mereka, menjadi mitra bagi mereka. Itu sebabnya kami bikin Mitra Buma, bermitra dengan badan usaha milik masyarakat adat. Buma ini badan usaha milik masyarakat adat suku, mandatnya adalah menjaga dan mengelola wilayah adat suku itu. Jadi Buma pertama bekerja pada kedaulatan masyarakat adat atas wilayah adatnya. Kemudian Buma menyediakan tata kelola, kelembagaan untuk mengelola wilayah adat itu dengan kekayaannya. Dan yang ketiga, betul-betul mempraktekkan, menjaga, mengelola wilayah adat itu dari berbagai ancaman luar maupun dalam, supaya potensi ekonomi yang ada terkelola untuk kesejahteraan mereka sendiri. Dan yang keempat, wilayah adat itu dan kekayaan alam, kekayaan budaya yang ada di situ menjadi sumber penghidupan, sumber kesejahteraan bagi mereka.
Contoh berkelanjutan yang di Buma Namblong itu seperti ekowisata itu kami menyediakan paket river trip dan kami melibatkan mama-mama yang ada di.
Kami mengelola 6 unit usaha, kehutanan, vanili, lalu ada pertanian, ekowisata, peternakan, dan perikanan.
Setelah saya menjadi pemimpin itu menjadi satu pelajaran juga buat kami, terlebih khusus buat perempuan, bahwa kami bisa dikasih mandat buat berbicara di forum-forum. Terlebih khusus di mengambil peran perempuan itu di tengah-tengah musyawarah adat.
Mitra Buma saat ini bermitra dengan 3 Buma, yaitu Buma suku Nambrong, Buma suku Mare, dan Buma suku Kanum. Dari 3 Buma ini sekali lagi terbukti bahwa masyarakat adat bisa mengorganisir dirinya sendiri di level suku yang menjaga dan mengelola wilayah adat suku-suku itu.
Congratulations to Mitra Buma. Your work shows how indigenous-led enterprises can protect nature while creating thriving local economies. Your initiative demonstrates that environmental stewardship and economic empowerment are mutually reinforcing. Mitra Buma, how do your programs maintain this balance?
Mitra Buma, we partner with and accompany Buma, badan usaha milik masyarakat adat or indigenous peoples corporations. And we do this because we believe that indigenous peoples can organize themselves, form and lead their own corporation to protect and manage their own territory. And that's how they contribute to the global challenge of climate change, of biodiversity loss, of equality, of fighting inequality. And that's why we partner with UMA, with Indigenous Peoples Corporations, to answer those challenges. At Mitra Buma, we partner with 3 UMAs, with 3 Indigenous Peoples Corporation of Nambrong Tribe, Mare Tribe, and Kanum Tribe. They are all in Tanah Papua in Indonesia. Together, our current 3 partners are protecting and managing close to 800,000 hectares of indigenous territories, forest, biodiversity, and cultural wealth in those territories. It is an honor to receive the Equator Prize 2025, as it is a confirmation of this belief that when indigenous peoples are organized, they can form and lead their own corporations to protect and manage their own territories, the cultural and natural wealth of the territories, and contribute to the global challenges.
The next category, Nature for Climate Adaptation and Resilience, highlights communities that help people and nature adapt to the changing climate. Their work shows how resilience is built through knowledge, innovation, and a deep understanding of local ecosystems. To introduce these winners, we are delighted to welcome Anushka Sen. actress, singer, and social media influencer who has been raising awareness about climate action among young audiences globally.
Honored guests, distinguished partners, and inspiring community leaders. I'm Anushka Sen, and it is a privilege to be here with you today to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of indigenous people and local communities at the forefront of climate action. This year's Equator Prize theme, Nature for Climate Action, reminds us that safeguarding our planet's biodiversity and ecosystems is not just about conservation. It is about securing our future. There will be no stable climate without a healthy planet, and there will be no sustainable development without the leadership of local communities and indigenous people. The Nature for Climate Adaptation and Resilience category recognizes communities that are transforming the way we live with nature. They are building climate-resilient food systems, advancing regenerative agriculture and forestry, and adapting to the growing risk of flood, droughts, and disasters. These communities are proving that nature-based solutions rooted in traditional knowledge and innovation offer us powerful pathways to resilience. As someone deeply committed to youth advocacy and climate justice, I've had the privilege of working alongside passionate young leaders and grassroots champions who are pushing for systemic change. Through my work, amplifying youth voices and raising awareness of climate challenges, I've seen how young people, girls, indigenous land defenders, and local activists are shaping a new vision for climate action. One where justice, equity, and sustainability go hand in hand. This year's winners embody that vision. They're protecting and restoring ecosystems that safeguard water security, which is the foundation of all life. They're reimagining food systems to be more climate resilient, less carbon intensive, and better adapted to a changing climate. They are showing the world that resilience is not just about surviving, it is about thriving in harmony and nature. Their work demonstrates that real progress comes from the ground up, from communities who know their land, waters, and forests best. It is with great pride that I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the 2025 Equator Prize winners. Your courage, innovation, and leadership inspires us all. And they remind us that nature must be at the heart of climate solutions if we are to create a just and livable future for people and the planet. Together, we can transform our global systems to ensure that nature, communities, and climate action are inseparable. Thank you.
Nokaiko tarikuiko kui hapini kupi, puna altumanta hasta mayura y kama kuyukuyo. Kuyukuyo kashan kimsa waranka ta waranka yupainin pakochamanta. Kaitaka para rupai rupan waira hamu pertiwa.
Mayu pampakuna pinguinya yang sacha ay umirta altuta winya. May patechas parang hinatang may mayu ko junta puriri. Altura kuna pitak may pasto kuna winya di siyang muna umirta winya. Say pitak may kinywa na plantay kong protegis.
Lukay ko tiyay ko kay halip apatapi. Ancha unas animal ni ko tari ko upumari, picuña, llama, alpaca, usculio, puma. Pachas cura halah animal ni ko kayanta.
Kaypin awilunchiskuna, ancestronchiskuna, uywarirqanku, papata, okata, mashwata, illakuta. Kunampi seguiraqmi uywarishanku más de 130 variedades papakunata y más de 100 plantas hampikunata.
Ashka clases muhukuna chinkaripushkan. Mal tiempo apamun chakita, kasata y unquykunata. Waynakunata campupi pisipapushka.
Chayrayku noqayku propio yachayninkuwanmi recuperayku kay imaymana variedad muhukunata, antiguamente waqaychasqakunata. Chay yachayniykuwantaqmi noqayku puririyku feriaman, kay iskay comunidadpin kan Banco de Semillas chaypin noqayku muhukunata waqaychayku mana chinkananpaq. Chaymantaqmi mañarinakuyku y cosechapitaqmi chayta alata recuperapuyku mana muhukuna riesgoman purinanpaq. Noqayku riqsisikuykku como primera zona agrobiodiversidad, es que Waranka chunka es unido Huatapi, una causainikuman hina, kunantagmi tarikun chunka agrobiodiversidad, kay Perú suyunchispa. Kay agrobiodiversidad tarikun kawsachikun ñanpaq llank'ayniykuta papata imaymana ruwaykunata kawsaykutaqmi costumbriykuman hina.
Ya nuqaykun llank'arishayku nata papa, oca, lishas y seño. Y nuqaykutaqmi kay hampi plantaykutan cuidarishallaykutaq kay sunapi.
Kay riqsichikuy nuqaykuta yanapawanku. Ñawpaqman puriyta, suqta, waranqa, allpaykuta, patachakunata wakaychayku.
Qhipamantaqmi karillaykutaq reconocidos como paisaje cultural de tejidos, tusuykunata, chaymantaqmi nuqayku identifikakuyku.
Iskay yachaykuna kallpachawanchis, chaykunawan ruwayku comité gestión, suqtantin comunidades ruwayku huñunpi.
Kay llaqtanchispi tarpusqanchispi kawsayta pachapi chaymanta kawsayta qun.
Kunan más kashayku zona de agrobiodiversidad y paisaje cultural riqsichikusqa kanan otras medidas de conservación.
Imagínatan kuyukuyu contribuyen uj meta 30x30 nisqata uj diversidad waqaychananpaq Perú el mundo pacha. Nuqayku munayku wiñaypaq kawsananta ñanpaq costumbriykuta.
Nuqayku cuidarishayku hallp'aykuta, muhuykutapis waqaychashaykutaqmi.
Ñuqayku kawsachiyku imaymana yachayniykuta, ashwan kallpawan, sasachay punchaykuna hamuqtinpis.
Nuqayku sueñuykun kay kallpayku allin riqsirisqa kanan, allin pagarisqa kanan.
Sapanka llank'aykuna qhipanpi kashkan, nuqayku yachayniyku.
Chaypin kashan nuqayku identidadniyku y ñanpaqman purinaykupaq qhalan familiaykupaq.
Congratulations to communities of Andres de Cuyo Cuyo. This initiative preserves agrobiodiversity in Peru's highlands, promoting sustainable agriculture while protecting ancestral knowledge and food security. Their work shows how biodiversity is a lifeline for resilience and climate adaptation. Andres de Cuyo Cuyo, what does receiving the Equator Prize mean for your community, and what message would you like to share with the world?
En nombre de las 6 comunidades campesinas, quechuas de Punaello, Uraello y Cojene Rotjone, Punalaqueque, Huancasayani, Comani y Ñacoreque. Agradezco a la iniciativa ecuatorial por honrarnos con este premio. Recibimos este reconocimiento no solo como una recompensa, sino como una responsabilidad por generación. Nuestro pueblo ha caminado estas montañas desde la Puna hasta las Yungas, protegiendo más de 1,200 especies nativas de tubérculos y granos, papas, quinoas y muchos otros cultivos heredados desde nuestros ancestros. Hemos cuidado esta tierra entre los 1,500 y 4,500 metros sobre el nivel del mar, donde los nevados vigilan, donde la puna canta con el viento y donde nuestra cultura vive en cada semilla, cada andén, cada mano que siembra. En 2019 logramos juntos el primer reconocimiento oficial de una zona de agrobiodiversidad en el Perú. 6,555 hectáreas bajo nuestro cuidado lo hicimos resistir las amenazas de la minería, el cambio climático y la pérdida del reconocimiento ancestral. Lo hicimos por nuestra juventud, para que hereden no solo semillas, sino también identidad, dignidad y un futuro unidos con lo que nos da la tierra. Este premio pertenece a los mayores que han mantenido vivo nuestro saber, a las mujeres que cuidan las semillas, a los jóvenes que están aprendiendo nuevamente a amar este trabajo, y a cada aliado, municipios, ONGs e instituciones que nos acompañaron. Invitamos al mundo a ver nuestra historia no como un caso único, sino como una semilla que pueda crecer en muchas tierras. Que este reconocimiento inspire a otras comunidades a unirse, proteger su herencia y tejer su futuro desde la fuerza de sus raíces.
Kore peaku mikibartu nkulupuok kekumok nkolong'i oleng tekwe apa naata laishom eshomo netumushom enkolong namuta neishunye ebaiki nkare kata yiok ng'ojitin apa natii nkare mokure eetae. Kajoki kera supat oleng tenakop pikimbar tentim nikimbar irkeek metaa modung'i pukutum atum nchan tesaa supat. Kore paa keetae nchan, keetae nkare, eetae ndaa eisuam.
Amu kore piiwuon tenkoitoi daake aikata nieng'eng'a negel kiloi oye ketii ntoki neim ene tenkop neurito anyoo tamatapong' ene nikiwuang' taa teine ama aikata ng'esi neimaji ina oitoi nikiwuang' ina tokitin ebaiki yiok sukuul ang'.
Our communities, they have the knowledge, they have the ways of taking care of the land. There was a lot of solutions that were coming from outside and being imposed. So we started NAPO as a way to start listening to this expertise, this knowledge, recognizing it. We were called in to facilitate a meeting with our community, basically talking about land governance, how people and wildlife can actually thrive together. And then the people who actually showed us where to put the camera traps were the pastoralist herders. And where we actually placed all those camera traps, they actually captured wildlife movement but also livestock moving on the same path. The Herder Conservation Network is a program to actually bring in the people who've been most excluded from conservation. In reality, the herder has already known how to navigate both wildlife but also human dynamics. So under Ramat we also kind of do a bit of painting to signify this has been protected, and the biggest trees now are those ones that have been painted.
Kordo tata ngapa amketi lokeni nariki yo karaba mikijinga na Ramat na el karaba na kordo kinga dai sapo korro sia na kewo yo pako tenebo.
The people who show up would be the elders, the women, but you never saw young people who have any interest in restoration activities. So one thing that we all love is football.
Kora pana hapo yolo ntoke na yuwa nje na jokoti nitunza mazingira go aramatisho na kore ngwiti ni yu kinchante mati nimchwal cake no na tim ne pandal cake kore payege to donda jesta ke supata batai cake na to ni kinchota to no boyo mbarno bune bran mpara.
The daily work is wildlife monitoring. In the north, there hasn't been a lot of information in terms of wildlife distribution. So this is one of the things we are trying to do. The tools are just tools. So the herders and their clear understanding of their landscape, they are the ones who make this work possible. Over 100 plus community members showing up on a voluntary basis. That for us shows the power of basing all our programs on community agency and community ownership. So people take action because they believe it's the right thing to do.
Congratulations to nature and people as one, NAPO. NAPO brings communities together to restore degraded lands, protect biodiversity, and create sustainable livelihoods. By integrating indigenous knowledge and inclusive governance, they show how local solutions can drive climate adaptation. NAPO, how do you integrate indigenous knowledge and community leadership into your conservation and restoration work?
So at NAPO, our work is basically inspired by our traditional structures. A lot of our work is based on inspiration drawn from the NABO. The NABO is the central meeting point in every Rendile settlement where elders actually come and make decisions about everything, whether it's about grazing, whether it's about matters related to families, matters related to movement, matters related to the environment. And this is the basis of our work, where we strongly believe in these systems that already worked for centuries to steward the beautiful landscapes and the landscapes we currently have. And we are working heavily hand in hand with our elders, our community members, to bring this back, but also recognizing that we're facing challenges, modern challenges such as climate change, such as land degradation, such as biodiversity loss, and that this can be the base and the foundation, and we can work closely in order to support and continue this stewardship that has always worked. And it may be a different time, but it's the principles that actually are the ones that are driving sustainable restoration and conservation of our landscapes. The Equator Prize for us is recognition of this stewardship, of these principles, and brings to light what has always worked and has always been driven by our communities. Because if it was not these structures, if it was not traditional knowledge, indigenous knowledge, then we would not have any of these landscapes. And so the Equator Prize kind of gives voice to this agency and these local solutions.
These women were laborers who used to go to other agriculture farms, and they all came together because they wanted to do something on their own. So they came together and formed this self-help group. They started conserving seeds, collecting seeds from different farmers, and then they formed a community seed bank of their own. What started as a small initiative, today they have more than 300 different varieties of seeds that they are conserving. They did not stop at that. They said that they wanted some economic benefit, and then they came up with an idea of a community-oriented mill that they started. So several agencies pitched in to fund this millet mill. Even the community started benefiting from it, because a mill which the farmer could use was very close to them, which they did not have to travel several miles to get their produce processed.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಿರಿಧಾನ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೂಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಸಿರಿಧಾನ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಹಾರ ಭದ್ರತೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಪೋಷಕಾಂಶಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ನಾವು ದುಡಿದು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು PDS-ನೊಳಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿರಿಧಾನ್ಯದ ಅಡಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಬಡಿಸುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ರೈತರೆಲ್ಲ 10 kg 20 kg ಬಂದು ಹಾಕಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ.
See, this area did not have millet seeds at all. And during the drought of the 5 years we witnessed, farmers started changing and asking for seeds. So this community seed bank was one which had started their initiative of reviving millets. They were able to source seed from different areas and give it to the farmers. So this way millet has been able to mitigate the climate change that the farmers were facing. The seed bank has about 75 seed producers who are part of the community seed bank, who produce quality seeds and give it back.
ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದು 9 ಥರದ ಕಿಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿ 1 ಎಕರೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈತರು 1 ಎಕರೆನ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪಿಂಗ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಬೆಳೆಗಳು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಹಾರ ಭದ್ರತೆಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ.
ಈ SSG ಬಂದಿಂದ ನಾನು NRLMಗ ಕೃಷಿ ಸಖಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಸಾವಯವ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೃಷಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು 10 ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೇನೆ. ಅದು ಒಂದು ನನಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಮುಕ್ತ ಗ್ರಾಮವನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತೀರ್ಥ ಗ್ರಾಮನ ಮಾಡೇವಿ.
This group participates in food fairs, seed fairs, basically to promote their product. About 5-6 districts, they come and purchase millets from this group. So the seeds are sold and bought back from these farmers.
ನಾವು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರೇ ಇದು ಸಂಘವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿರೋದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಗೌರವಯುತವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕರಿತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Congratulations to Bibi Fatima Swasaha Sangha. Since 2018, this women-led collective has empowered farmers through seed conservation, millet-based farming, and climate-resilient enterprises, strengthening livelihood in Kanakata's drylands. Bibi Fatima Swasaha Sangha, how has your initiative transformed rural livelihoods, and what lessons can it offer in linking traditional knowledge with sustainable agriculture and gender equity?
ಇಕ್ವಿಟರ್ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಘಕ್ಕೆ ದೊರೆತಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ದೊರಕಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ತೀರ್ಥ ಮತ್ತು ತೀರ್ಥ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲಿನ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ರೈತರು ಮತ್ತು ರೈತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಕೃಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತ 15 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕವನ್ನು ಅವಲಂಬಿತರಾಗಿರುವಂತ ರೈತರನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಏಕ ಬೆಳೆ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗೆ ಮಾರು ಹೋಗಿರುವಂತ ರೈತರನ್ನ ಮರಳಿ ಬಹುಬೆಳೆ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗೆ ತರುವಂತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾವಯವ ಸುಮಾರು 250 ದೇಸಿ ಬೀಜಗಳನ್ನ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಷ್ಟೇ ನಡೆಸೋದರಿಂದ, ಕೇವಲ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಿಂತುಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವತಃ ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನಡೆಸೋದರಿಂದ ಅದೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಘವು ಸತತವಾಗಿ ದುಡಿತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತ ಸಂಕುಲದ ಆಹಾರ ಭದ್ರತೆ. ಈಗ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು UNDP ಇಕ್ವಿಟರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯು ನಮಗೆ ಇಕ್ವಿಟರ್ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಂಘಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಬೀಜ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಹೊಸತೇನಲ್ಲ, ಹಳೆಯ ಕಾಲದಿಂದ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಪರಿಸರ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಫಲವತ್ತತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಹುಬೆಳೆ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು ಮತ್ತು ರೈತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಇಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವಂತ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಲಭಿಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾ ಇಕ್ವಿಟರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತ ಸಂಕುಲದಿಂದ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
In recent weeks, our 2025 winners collaborated virtually to create a collective message highlighting the importance of nature-based solutions and calling for global climate action. Let's hear the united voice.
Somos povos indígenas.
Local communities.
We are women,
Men.
youth,
Ancianos.
united by our care for Mother Earth.
Somos los guardianes del conocimiento ancestral.
हम जंगलों, पहाड़ों, नदियों और समुद्रों के रक्षक हैं.
Somos custodios de semillas protectores del coral, defensores de tierras ancestrales.
E que mendem junto pacan, onde a humanidade deve escolher entre um mundo definido pelo caos da natureza e pelo colapso climático,
or a world renewed by resilience, restoration, and respect for nature.
निर्णय क्षण में हम समाधान पेश करते हैं.
Solutions rooted in nature, led by communities, and alive with hope.
Kami membuktikan bahwa masa depan masih bisa dibentuk if we act now.
No Brasil, nós, Associação ACEI dos Povos Indígenas do Oiapoque, estamos construindo a primeira empresa de açaí controlada por indígenas no Amapá, construindo uma bioeconomia que vem mantendo o núcleo de cultura e experiências enraizadas na floresta.
En Ecuador, Fundación Jaco Amazonía, estamos empoderando a mujeres quichua para defender la Amazonía, proteger los ríos de la contaminación por mercurio causada por la minería y liderar la primera guardia indígena liderada por mujeres, salvaguardando agua limpia para las futuras generaciones.
En Argentina, nosotros Comar Cooperativa de Mujeres Indígenas del Gran Chaco, unimos a más de 2.600 mujeres artesanas indígenas que combinan conocimiento ancestral con innovación, protegiendo la biodiversidad y asegurando libertad socioeconómica mediante medios de vida basadas en la artesanía.
En el Perú, nosotros, primera zona de agrobiodiversidad, representando 6 comunidades quechuas de los Andes de Cuyucuyo. Andenes de Cuyucuyo, estamos conservando más de 1.200 variedades de cultivos nativos y especies de camélidos, demostrando que el conocimiento tradicional sostiene la agrobiodiversidad y es un escudo vivo contra la destrucción climática.
भारत में हम बीबी फातिमा सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप किसानों की महिलाओं को मिलेट्स को पुनर्जीवित करने बीजों का संरक्षण करने और शुष्क भूमियों को पुनर्स्थापित करने के लिए सशक्त बना रहे हैं। पारंपरिक ज्ञान को आधुनिक ऊर्जा और बाजारों से जोड़ते हुए
Kenya, we, nature and people as one, are transforming collective action into community-led adaptation by using technology to empower others, involving women and people with disability in restoration, and inspiring youth through sport to protect biodiversity.
In Tanah Papua, Indonesia, we, Mitra Puma, are strengthening indigenous governance, protecting over 400,000 hectares of rainforest, and establishing indigenous peoples' corporations, proving that indigenous corporations can lead conservation projects rooted in culture and climate justice.
Di Kalimantan, Indonesia, kami Ranwelum Foundation menggerakkan pemuda, perempuan, dan teknologi untuk melindungi hutan, memulihkan lahan gambut, dan membela hak-hak masyarakat adat. Menunjukkan bahwa keadilan iklim bergantung pada pengakuan hukum dan kesetaraan, dan kolaborasi antar komunitas dan institusi.
In Papua New Guinea, we, the Sea Women of Indonesia, are training indigenous women divers to protect coral reefs and rebuild ocean resilience, proving that when women lead as custodians of cultural and ecological heritage, the sea heals.
And in Tanzania, we, Sustainable Ocean Alliance Tanzania, are restoring mangroves and seagrass meadow, creating a blue economy livelihoods that protect both nature and people, showing that local action fuel a global ocean resilience.
A lo largo de nuestras tierras y aguas enfrentamos desafíos profundos.
वित्त पोषण और अवसंरचना की कमी से लेकर भाषा बाधाएं,
acesso limitado à internet e aos mercados, precios inadequados para nuestras artesanías,
Licensing restrictions,
shrinking civic space, resertarsi budaya,
And exclusion from climate finance and decision making.
Too often decisions about our future are made without us. Mas não estamos esperando
Estamos liderando
e que akan memparahkan bahwa ketika kekuasaan dan sumber daya sampai buang uhat, perubahan akan menuntut.
हमारा संदेश विश्व नेताओं को हम आपसे सरकारों, व्यवहारों और हणकासु में विश्व के नेतृत्व से अर्ज करते हैं
Desplacen la financiación climática global para que llegue directamente a instituciones indígenas y comunitarias.
trust indigenous peoples to lead conservation and biodiversity projects.
Invista em mulheres, jovens e inovadores locais. Include us in every decision that affects our lands, our waters, and our lives, not just incrementation.
हमारे ज्ञान, हस्तकला और प्रकृति के साथ जीने की हमारे जीवन शैली के सांस्कृतिक, पारिस्थितिक और आर्थिक मूल्य को मान्यता दे
y proteja nuestro derecho a gobernar y gestionar nuestros bosques, ríos y mares.
El futuro de la economía verde de nuestro planeta, de bosques y tierras agrícolas, depende de apoyar a quienes ya están en la primera línea.
quienes restauran ríos, replantan árboles, recuperan semillas y reconstruyen la
esperanza.
Together, we remind the world that solutions already exist.
In our hands, in our lands and water, and in the wisdom of generations.
True development must be rooted in justice, with nature at its heart.
Estamos construindo economias regenerativas que honram a vida, equidade e cultura.
We are protecting and restoring ecosystems so that nature can thrive again. The world cannot wait. The time for action is now.
Que los valores indígenas guíen la acción global.
Que el liderazgo de las mujeres y la juventud dé forma a una transición justa.
Let the communities be full partners in restoring balance to the earth.
Solo juntos podemos construir un futuro arraigado en la justicia, la dignidad y la vida.
For all people,
and for the living planet, we all call for.
Thank you to all our winners for delivering such a powerful and inspiring message. Your collective voice is a testament to the strength, the vision, and leadership of local communities around the world. Next, we move to our third and final category, Nature for Climate Mitigation, celebrating communities that are reducing emissions and protecting carbon-rich ecosystems. In this category, Nature for Climate Mitigation, we celebrate communities that are leading the charge in carbon sequestration, forest protection, and ecosystem restoration, showing how local leadership can address the global climate crisis. To introduce these winners, we are honored to have Vada Witoto, climate activist, educator, and indigenous leader from Brazil.
Haridequena, queridos convidados, amigos e guardiões do nosso futuro comum. Falo com vocês hoje como uma mulher indígena do povo Witoto, como ativista pela justiça climática e como parte de uma geração que se recusa a aceitar um futuro que a natureza é tratada como descartável. A categoria para a mitigação climática do Prêmio Equatorial nos lembra que as soluções reais para a crise climática, elas já existem. Estão vivas nas mãos, nos corações e nos territórios dos povos indígenas e das comunidades locais. Essas soluções não são tecnologias novas, são sabedorias ancestrais, inovação comunitária e vínculos profundos com a terra e a água. Quando falamos de mitigação, muitas vezes ouvimos números, toneladas de carbono reduzidos, grau de aquecimento evitado, mas o que as iniciativas vencedoras desta categoria nos mostram é que mitigação também significa proteger culturas, garantir soberania alimentar e manter os ecossistemas íntegros. É defender os pulmões da terra, os rios que nos dão vida e o futuro das gerações que ainda virão. Aos vencedores digo, sua liderança nos mostra o que significa agir com coragem e responsabilidade. Vocês não estão apenas reduzindo emissões, estão ressignificando a história do que a humanidade pode ser quando escolhe o cuidado em vez da extração, a comunidade em vez de lucro e a justiça em vez da indiferença. O trabalho de vocês prova que a ação climática é mais poderosa quando está enraizada na justiça, na inclusão e no respeito à Mãe Terra. E quando honra aqueles que estão na linha de frente defendendo a vida. Vocês me inspiram e inspiram as gerações futuras a continuar lutando, não apenas pela sobrevivência, mas por um mundo vibrante onde pessoas e planeta prosperem juntos. Parabéns a todas e todos, que o trabalho de vocês seja um farol para o mundo e que nos lembre sempre que justiça climática é inseparável da liderança indígena e da ação local. Hairi Dequená, muito obrigada.
So with the Tubusara community, what they've experienced is they're catching less fish than before. Hence, the fishermen are traveling further out to sea to catch more fish. In turn, this affects their income on a daily basis, and the fishing practices that were once used before are no longer practiced. Most of that knowledge has faded away over time. The Sea Women of Melanesia is a not-for-profit program. We've started since 2018. Since then, we've trained over 20 women in over 25 local communities. My role is to support young women, train them and teach them how to carry out marine conservation in their respective communities. And at the same time, trying to get everyone's opinion and view about marine conservation, biodiversity, how the fishing has been over the years, whether they're catching more fish or less fish. Sea Women of Malaysia is happy to sit with all of us here today. Through that workshop that we had in June, what was the positive story that you could take back with you for protecting your marine resource? We see the importance of traditional knowledge, trying to combine that with the scientific information and then come up with management plans that would better assist these communities to increase fish biomass in the long run.
Working with them is a great opportunity because I have learned so many knowledge and skills from them in how to look after our marine environment and what destroys our marine resources.
The fish count method that we usually employ when we're out on surveys collects vital data. This data is then uploaded onto an AI platform called the Reef Cloud. This can then be transformed back and communicated back to the community so they better understand how much coral cover they have out there, how much the fish biomass is out there. That enables them to create their management plans on how best they can take care of the marine resources. In the long run, there's more sustainable fishing. People have a more balanced diet. They're able to catch enough fish to sustain their income, and overall it protects these resources for future use as well. They are like the knowledge keepers in a community. Hence, when we're bringing in this new knowledge to them, it kind of enhances them to then take that leadership role in their communities to protect the marine environment even more.
Congratulations to Sea Women of Melanesia. Since 2018, you have empowered women to lead marine conservation efforts, blending local knowledge with environmental stewardship to protect coastal ecosystems. Sea Women of Melanesia, how do your initiative integrate women's empowerment with marine ecosystem protection?
Our journey began in the rich and diverse waters of Papua New Guinea, where vibrant corals and thriving marine life are central to the livelihoods and cultures of our coastal communities. Since 2018, the Sea Women of Melanesia has been committed to ensuring that women, often underrepresented in conservation, are equipped, empowered, and recognized as key stewards of our marine environment. We empower women through specialized training in coral reef survey techniques, marine monitoring, and community engagement, enabling them to play a leading role in establishing and managing locally managed marine areas. By pairing traditional ecological knowledge with modern marine science, we help communities develop sustainable fisheries practices that protect biodiversity while supporting food security. Our work has directly benefited over 3,000 people and safeguarded 1,500 hectares of marine ecosystems. This award is a profound honor for the Sea Women of Melanesia. It validates the role that Indigenous women can and must play in shaping the future of conservation. Our success is not ours alone. It belongs to the communities, elders, and partners who trust and support us. With this recognition, we will continue inspiring other women and communities across Melanesia and beyond to protect our shared oceans. We extend our deepest gratitude to the UNDP Equator Prize for shining a spotlight on our mission and amplifying our voices.
Indigenous community might be the first affected because of the climate crisis and disaster, but they are also the first to respond in mitigating the climate disasters. Indigenous communities know how to protect the forest for 1,000 years. It's just they keep it for themselves and they do not disseminate it to the world. So here where the storytelling plays very important role. We started in 2014 as Indigenous filmmaking community with the idea to use short video to address the issues around us, whether it is environmental issues, social issues, and also to preserve the culture. We always started by having discussions through the film screening and dialogue with the youth. We start to discuss about possible change that we can do for our own people. But the most important thing is to equip these young people with skills so they might be able to make the change in their own respective communities.
Bersama YUT Kalimantan, kami sudah banyak menanam pohon lokal dan juga merestorasi lahan. Kami menggerakkan anak-anak muda secara kolektif dan mereka kembali ke akar mereka. Kami membangun ruang-ruang belajar yang mungkin tidak mereka dapatkan di pendidikan formal, tapi mereka dapatkan dari masyarakat adat. Berbagai inovasi kami bangun bersama masyarakat adat dan juga anak muda. Membangun rumah aman asap, memaksimalkan pekarangan rumah menjadi ruang pangan hidup. Ini yang kami lakukan saat ini bersama masyarakat adat dan juga mendorong anak muda agar terlibat dalam berbagai pengembangan inovasi yang ingin kami lakukan.
Perempuan Dayak khususnya juga semakin banyak berani berdiri di garis depan, mengorganisasi program pencegahan kebakaran, memimpin upaya penanaman pohon, mengajarkan orang lain juga tentang mata pencaharian berkelanjutan, dan juga bersuara lantang tentang keadilan iklim.
Saya akhirnya berhasil membuktikan bahwa itu bukan menjadi penghalang bagi saya untuk turut serta dan berkontribusi dalam pemadam kebakaran, khususnya dalam memadamkan kebakaran hutan dan lahan.
With our storytelling, festivals, and all the social media advocacy that we do, we try to bring these stories coming from the ground up, share it to the world. So this is not only the project-based solution, but it's a community-based solution. We already have thousands of the members, young people that work with us. Everyone is so passionate to contribute something to this planet.
Congratulations to Ranu Werlem Foundation, led by Indigenous Dayak youth. This initiative restores forests, strengthens cultural identity, and builds climate resilience in Kalimantan. Ranu Werlem Foundation, how has your work reshaped the social and environmental landscape of your region, and what lessons can it offer globally?
Adil Katalino, Bacuramin Kasaruga, Basengat Kajubata, Arus, Arus, Arus. Greetings from Kalimantan. We are honored to receive this recognition on behalf of the Dayak people and the youth that lead Ranu Werlem Foundation. What began as a filmmaking collective in 2014 has grown into a youth-led environmental and cultural movement that grounded in indigenous wisdoms and community actions. By restoring nearly 3,000 hectares of the forest and peatland, protecting biodiversity, and establishing Indonesia's first hash shelter, we have shown the world that the solution to the climate and environmental crisis can and must come from the grassroots, especially indigenous communities. Our strength lies in our collective leaderships. Over 1,000 young people have been trained and mobilized as climate activists, forest monitors, filmmakers, and also community responders. Dayak women start to lead firefighting squad, agroecological farming, and even national digital campaigns. Through our storytelling, education, and activism, we are not only protecting the ecosystems, but also reclaiming our culture, our rights, and our future. This award belongs to our elders, our ancestors, our youth, and every community member that has stood to protect our forests and our way of life. It affirms that indigenous knowledge is not a relic from the past, but a guide to our future. I also hope that this award can amplify the Dayak voices to the world to recognize indigenous land, forests, and natural resources stewardship, and also to encourage the acknowledgement and legalizations of the law of indigenous people in Indonesia. And at the end, I would like to thank everyone for standing with us and for believing that the change can rise from the heart of the forest and can be led by the voices that have long been unheard. Thank you so much. Tabe, matakam katulo.
Kwangu mimi kulinda pwani yetu ni moja kati ya nafasi muhimu ya kutoa mchango katika ustawi wa maisha ya viumbe hai, lakini ustawi wa maisha ya wanajamii, lakini kikubwa ustawi wa mazingira na mabadiliko ya tabia ya nchi.
Our journey began at the coast of Balmor, where we saw ocean natural resources slowly declining. We have seen destruction in the mangrove forests, with the loss of over thousands of hectares due to pollution affecting our ocean, the climate change rise, over-resource utilization, and illegal activities, leaving hundreds of people in hunger who were totally depending on the ocean. So local coastal communities have been living in these ecosystems for a very long time. It was very, very important for us to integrate their knowledge, understanding, because they are the only people who could share the real situation that's happening on the ground. We have trained 184 people on the conservation needs, conservation strategies, how sustainably to utilize the ocean natural resources, and every knowledge, the scientific and indigenous knowledge, is integrated. We currently have 5,000 hectares of mangroves and planting over 100,000 mangrove trees, and we have 100 square meters of seagrass under conservation, monitoring, and restoration. The communities have also been empowered in sustainable blue economic activities like seaweed farming through the value chain addition and the mangrove honey.
Tukiilinda na kuitunza bahari yetu ya Tanzania kwa miaka 10 ijayo, ninaamini kwamba mazalia ya samaki yataongezeka, itakayopelekea ongezeko la samaki kwa wingi. Hivyo basi, uchumi wa jamii na nchi yetu kwa ujumla utapanda na mazingira yetu ya bahari yatakuwa safi.
Wanawake katika jamii zetu wanachukua nafasi kubwa kutokana kwamba shughuli hizi zimewasaidia kina mama katika biashara, ukulima wa mwani, imewapatia kipato, lakini pia wanawake tunajishughulisha na shughuli hizi kupata semina mbalimbali.
Kwangu mimi naona umuhimu vijana kuongoza jitihada hizi, kwa sababu hivi sasa vijana ndio tunawategemea na vijana ndio ambao tunataka tuachie, tualisishe hichi ambacho sisi tumekikuta, na mpaka sasa na wao wakikuze na wakilinde ili kiendelee kukua.
Congratulations to SOA Tanzania. This youth-led movement restores mangroves and seagrass meadows, promotes ocean literacy, and creates sustainable livelihoods along Tanzania's coast. SOA Tanzania, how do you connect youth empowerment with restoration and protection of marine ecosystems?
Receiving the Equator Prize shows that the world values the work of young people and the indigenous coastal communities in restoring our ocean health and sustainability, and these local actions and local voices can be given an amplification, a spotlight in the global audience, in the global platforms, like through the Equator Prize. The Equator Prize is not only for SOA Tanzania, but it's also for the
coastal communities who have been working in this mangrove ecosystem, the seagrass, and also the young people who have been working to plant the trees and restore the seagrass meadows. So we dedicate the Equator Prize to the coastal communities of Bagamoyo and every person who have been working to plant every single mangrove tree or every single seed in the ocean and every single seagrass meadow and every single action that have been contributed. We dedicate it to the whole of the Indian Ocean. We dedicate it to the young people, the young divers who have been studying the ocean and understanding the problem that the ocean has been facing, everyone who has been involved in any different way. We dedicate it to our coming generation who will be inheriting a healthy and sustainable ocean for a future generation, so that they could understand that every action counts, regardless of a big or small, and it can be given a spotlight and encouragement and a visibility and a spotlight and a highlight as what it has happened through the Equator Prize.
Lalo adai emauri be manamo be maitana maeda elalo.
To conclude, congratulations once again to all the 2025 Equator Prize winners. Each initiative will receive $10,000 to continue their work to expand the initiative thanks to our generous partners. Your dedication to nature-based solutions, community empowerment, and climate action is truly inspiring. To close this celebration, we are delighted to share a special performance by Grammy Award-winning singer from Côte d'Ivoire, Gobert Gorée. Her song, Ayoka, is a vibrant expression of gratitude and joy. As you watch, take in the beautiful scenery from the quiet strength of the river to the fiery energy in the village dance. It is a perfect reminder of the beauty we are fighting to protect. Thank you and goodbye.